World War II, the largest and deadliest conflict in human history, involved more than 50 nations, was fought on land, sea, and air in nearly every part of the world. It was caused in part by the economic crisis of the Great Depression and by political tensions left unresolved following the end of World War I. There was such tragedy, such sacrifice. The war ended May 7, 1945. President Roosevelt did not see the war's end. He died before the war ended on April 12, 1945. General Dwight Eisenhower, the men and women troops returned to the U.S. in a glorious and happy celebration of VE Day, Victory in Europe. In August of 1945, Americans received word of the war being officially over after the defeat of Japan, VJ Day, beginning from the Japanese surprise bombing of Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. It isn't your sweet conversation that brings this sensation. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you. When you're in my arms and I feel you so close to me, and all my wildest dreams do come true. When you wish upon a star, I need no soft lights to enchant me. If you only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you. need no soft lights to enchant me. If you'll only grant me the right to hold you ever so tight, and to feel in the night the nearness of you.
October 20, 1943. My dearest Frank, it was so great to hear your lovely voice in the last letter you sent from somewhere in the fields of Italy. I miss you so much. And when I listen to those big band records we used to share, I get so lonely. I remember those hit songs like I'll Be Seeing You, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy, Don't Sit Under the Apple Tree, and so many others. But now, somebody stole my record player and that makes me so mad. I'm living in Minneapolis by the John Alden Apartments, where we used to share an efficiency and to clear my mind. My girlfriend lives nearby and has a new boyfriend who says he plays trombone and works out at the track. He gave her a ring that was worn by his mother, and they go out dancing most Saturday nights. He says he loves her, even though it's not his baby, but we raise him up just like it was his own. He says to her, the 2 days in the week that begin with the letter T stand for today and tomorrow. He claims to know God by the name of Andy, remembering that good old hymn verse he memorized from In the Garden, singing, Andy walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own.
Underneath the lantern by the barricade, darling, I remember the way you used to wait. 'Twas there that you whispered tenderly that you loved me. You'd always be my lily of the lamplight, my lily, Marlene. Time would come for roll call, time for us to part. Darling, I'd caress you and hold you to my heart. And there neath that far-off lantern light, I'd hold you tight. We'd kiss good night, my lily of the lamplight, my lily, Marlene. 'Cause can't you see I love you? Please don't break my heart in two. That's not hard to do, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. And if you say goodbye, then I know that I would cry, and maybe I would die, 'cause I don't have a wooden heart. I'll be resting in a billet just behind the line. Even though we parted, your lips are close to mine. Please wait where that lantern softly gleams. Your sweet face seems to haunt my dreams, my lily of the lamplight, my lily, Marlene. 'Cause there's no strings upon this love of mine. It was always you from the start. Treat me nice, treat me good, like I know you could. 'Cause I'm not made of wood, and I don't have a wooden heart. You'll always be my lily of the lamplight, my lily, Marlene. Americans at home had survived all the important rationing of food, rubber, gas, and blackouts. War bonds and the rationing board no longer were needed after the war, but we still had those inventive Burma Shave road signs all along those 2-lane highways saying such things like, Ben met Anna, made a hit. Ben didn't shave, banana split, Burma Shave. And who can forget that tasty, wonderful invention of Spam? What a treat that was for everybody. Americans were also fortunate to have the Air Force such as the Tuskegee Airmen. On April 3, 1939, President Roosevelt approved Public Law 18 that provided for an expansion of the Army Air Corps. This law provided hope for African American soldiers who wanted to advance their military careers beyond the kitchen or motor pool. The 19,000 participants became pilots, navigators, bombardiers, parachute riggers, mechanics, and other related specialists. Pilots were trained in single and twin-engine planes flying bi-wing Stearman airplanes. Used for wartime training purposes, these Tuskegee Airmen were America's first black military aviators recruited by the U.S. Army and Air Corps between 1941 and 1946. The code talkers of World War II were another vital secret weapon for Americans and the United States during the war. Code talkers were Native American communicators who used their native language skills to send secret communications on the battlefield. The most famous were the Navajo, who used their traditional language to send secret Allied messages in the Pacific Theater. Other Native Americans who participated were Lakota, Tlingit, indigenous soldiers who served in the Pacific, North Africa, and European theater. Native Americans came from government schools and parochial schools. These schools were forbade any speaking of their native tongue. Native Americans were converted to Christianity. The Native American involved in the war effort was committed to helping their Mother Earth country in the United States, and they were successful in their endeavors thereof, for all concerned at home and abroad.
I remember when we used to go for a ride in that 38 Nash you had. It even had a heater keeping us warm on those chilly road trips we would take. Gas was 19 cents a gallon when you went off to war in 41. This is so quaint, but I'll always remember you every time I pass a filling station on account of all that grease you used to wear in your hair. And you looked so special with that pack of Luckies rolled up in your short-sleeved shirt. That was so swell. When you get back, we can start looking for a house too. Right now, they are going between $3,000 to $4,000 for something nice.
You'd be so nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire. while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire. Under the stars, chilled by the winter, under the August moon, burning above, you'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come home to. And love. Make a statement for me. All right. Under the stars, chilled by the winter, under the August moon, burning above, you'd be so nice, you'd be paradise to come home.
I nearly went nuts after Mario got busted, so I moved back to Omaha for a while and to be with my parents. But it occurred to me that a lot of our friends have gone off to war, in prison, or work for the cause. So I moved back to Minneapolis, and this time, I'm gonna stay. I'm so happy for the first time since my accident. I wish I had all that money we used to spend on those self-improvement programs. I'd buy a used car lot filled with Twilight Coupe de Villes and some Studebakers, but wouldn't sell any one of them. When you return, we would drive a different one every day, depending on how we feel. I'd keep that 38 Nash, though, for those romantic drives and reading those Burma shave signs. Those moments were so special.
I never cared much for moonlit skies. I never winked back at fireflies. But now that the stars are in your eyes, I'm beginning to see the light. I never went in for afterglow or candlelight on the mistletoe. But now when you turn the lamp down low, I'm beginning to see the light. lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. Used to ramble through the park, shadow boxing in the dark. Then you came and caused a spark. That's a 4-alarm fire now. I never made love by lantern shine, I never saw rainbows in my wine. But now that your lips are burning mine, I'm beginning to see the light. I'm beginning to see the light.
The Tuskegee Airmen were also known as the Red Tails for their bright red paint on their planes. These airmen flew 1,578 missions throughout Europe, the Mediterranean, and North Africa. 84 were killed, and 32 were downed or captured as prisoners of war. Nearly 1,000 pilots graduated, and 450 of them were deployed for combat duty overseas. The Tuskegee Airmen and the Code Talkers knew they were fighting more than one war: the fascism abroad and the racism at home. It would not be until 1948 before President Truman segregated the armed forces, allowing soldiers to fight alongside each other in war.
Oh, your dad was so kind as to lend me some money to pay bills, pay rent, and to pay off this lawyer. They say I'll be ready for parole on Valentine's Day. You keep this lucky charm enclosed and be well, my dearest Frank. I'll be sitting under the apple tree and thinking of us as time goes by. Love and kisses, Mavis.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Just remember that I've been true to nobody else but you. So just be true to me. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't start showing off all your charms in somebody else's arms. You must be true to me. I'm so afraid that plans we made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away, and you're bound to stray if the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. You're my L-O-V-E. I'm so afraid that the plans we made underneath those moonlit skies will fade away, and you're bound to stray if the stars get in your eyes. So don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. You're my L-O-V-E. You're my L-O-V-E.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what would I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. When I was just a child in school, I asked my teacher, what should I try? Should I paint pictures? Should I sing songs? Here was her wise reply. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours.